Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we are going to be going through a day in the life. This day was a little bit rough. I've mentioned in a previous video that the early summer this year was pretty hard because my husband had a lot of work trips and a lot of them were pretty back to back. This video was filmed during one of those work trips. We're a single car household and we live in a rural area without any public transit options, so whenever he was gone, I was alone with Mischief, pretty much not able to leave the house. I know that I'm really privileged because we have all of the necessities and we were able to prepare every time he went out of town, and we have a nice house with like enough space to like walk around and a lot of things to help me pass the time. But I think we all know that isolation is bad for your brain and doesn't help depression or anxiety. That is what I was dealing with on this day. I started the morning off by feeding Mischief, taking my vitamins, and putting away some drinks that were on the counter just because I left them there. Quick note about this trigger warning. I do use the blade a couple of times later in the video and I didn't remember to put the trigger warning, so if that is an issue for you, just know that it is coming up. I forgot. Getting our house temperature controlled and more functional has been a really big priority this year. One of the things that we've been trying to do is that in between all of the work trips, when my husband was home, we were making a lot of trips out to Lowe's and Home Depot and getting supplies for different things. We got new ceiling fans for most of the rooms in our house that all kind of just got dumped in this little nook area, and I checked and I was definitely going to kick the boxes if I was, just having a little too much fun on the ball and not paying attention. So I went ahead and tried to move those, just in general get the area a little more functional because it is right in the walkway and it had been annoying the heck out of me. Anyway, moving on. Once the floors were clean, I started actually doing a bit of pole. I have been very inconsistent with practicing and it feels really awkward for me because I've gotten advanced. Before I took a 5-year break, I had gotten advanced in some areas and then I lost strength and flexibility and some muscle memory and some mental memory, but I haven't lost all of it, and so it's weird trying to teach yourself something that you kinda know. I just don't have enough structure and I have forgotten foundational points and I don't really remember the rhythm of what it's like to be guided in a class setting. I've tried to replicate it for myself and it is just I need to look into online classes really bad. But this day, I just wanted to focus on just experimenting and seeing how spins feel in my body. Just sort of give myself some time to free flow. I've also had my joint problems get worse in the time that I wasn't doing pole, so sometimes I've always had issues with my shoulders, but some spins feel really good in my shoulders because it's stretching it in a way that is just magnificent and magical. And then like just a very small minor tweak will make it into a stretch that makes me go really crunchy and not good. Pole has been a lot. I really need the structure. I know I need the structure. I don't know why I haven't looked into it, though lately I haven't really been moving as much as I would like to be. I even put the pole on spin mode, which is not something that I have ever been a huge fan of. I love spinning. I don't like moving on the pole while it's spinning. I actually really like just sitting in a fireman sit and just going for as long as I can until I like get too dizzy or I just slide to the bottom and need to crawl back up. I think that was one of my favorite stims as a kid, and I didn't realize what it was at the time, but now I do. If you remember those little spinning chair stool things that they have for toddlers that you can just like grab the wheel and make yourself spin, I loved those. Those were the best. But back on the subject of pole, I really want to enjoy pole, and I have a really hard time letting myself do things that I enjoy without putting pressure on myself. So that is mostly what I've been trying to do. I've also been trying to incorporate more shoulder PT in, so even though I'm not doing pole, I'm still strengthening and getting things, and like I've noticed a great improvement in that department, but at this point I didn't even know some of the PT that I've been practicing and learning.
We'll wear our eyeliner if we
After I cooled down off camera, I went on to have some breakfast. One of my favorite hot weather breakfasts is grape nuts with frozen blueberries and a bit of sugar or a lot of sugar, depending on my mood. I really feel like this is one that makes me stay full for longer. I currently can't eat it because of my teeth problems again, but I was looking at the nutrition label, and from what I can understand, it seems like there's a lot of iron in grape nuts, and I'm a person prone to low iron, so I've really been enjoying this. Then I had my Amazon order come in after I got dressed, so I set that aside to deal with later, and I went on to do some dishes and finally let Mischief out of his enclosure. My Amazon order was some pretty boring stuff for the most part. I had gotten some things for my new nose ring. I think I had gotten it pierced the weekend before this video was filmed, and I just wanted to get some things to be more hygienic, so I got some disposable hand towels to dry my hands with whenever I needed to get ready to clean it. I got a pack of little makeup sponges. I couldn't find just small makeup sponges on their own, so I got a little duo pack so that I could use the smaller one and avoid those area entirely. I don't even know why I bothered because I haven't been wearing makeup like on my face, so I have not needed to use this, but it's not the worst thing to have just in case I wanted to wear more makeup. I also got disposable masks. I have a really hard time finding reusable masks that fit me properly, and it's been easier to use the kids' disposable masks, especially with the nose wire. I can bend it around my nose ring and under my glasses so it's not irritating.
Are you ready for dinner?
Or fogging up my glasses. I hate that so much. The
on.
last thing in my order was this cloud storage device that ended up causing a lot of problems and throwing off the entire day. It needed to be plugged into the Wi-Fi router, which meant it needed to be plugged into the power strip behind our bed. And I tried to pull the bed away and broke the footboard off the bed and had to put it back together. And then I tried to pull the bed by the headboard, and I cracked the wood and knocked the footboard back off. I tried to use some utensils like a spoodle and some plastic tongs to reach around the bed, and I was just like millimeters away from reaching it, and I basically came to the conclusion that I couldn't set up the device until my husband came home, and that wasn't going to be for a few more days. It really just made me feel very alone and helpless, just incapable and not able to control anything. And I just melted down. I ended up putting the cloud back in the box and just pretending it never arrived. And then I took some time to put the tens unit on my upper back because it was kind of feeling wonky. Yeah, I just ate frozen pizza and did nothing. So I picked the camera back up the next day because I felt like I hadn't really done anything in the video. I had enough brain fog that I couldn't remember that I even filmed after the anxiety attack. And so I spent a really long time peeling the tape and labels off these boxes that we've been collecting for Mischief. I carved holes into some of them to make little tunnels, and I just tried to make it more fun for him. He actually doesn't like to play in them very often. Mayhem does now that we have her, so it's not a complete waste of effort. But I thought we should just finish the video, you know, this no good, very bad anxiety day by watching Mischief play, because it makes me so happy. I can't get over how much joy having rabbits has brought me. I never knew what I was missing out on. I'm really excited for more fun content in future vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. I hope you are having a wonderful day, or that tomorrow is better. If you're listening, please leave me a thunderstorm emoji in the comments and let me know what you'd like to see in my next video. Bye.